Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Let us start our class today. Up to yesterday, I have went through the components of a paper refrigeration system. Now, let us go. We know that we have components like say compressor, which is used to compress the refrigerant from low pressure and temperature to high pressure and temperature. We have condenser, which is used to cool the vaporized refrigerant and brought it back to the liquid refrigerant at high, but remains at high pressure. Next, we have a receiver here like this, which is collecting the liquid refrigerant from here, and from the bottom of the receiver, that refrigerant is pumped to the expansion valve or refrigerant control valve itself. And in the expansion valve or refrigerant control valve or throttle valve, it is expanded, refrigerant is expanded and becomes, its pressure is reduced and temperature is also reduced, and it becomes in the liquid state, and it is sent to the evaporator itself, where it is evaporated from liquid to gaseous state, and thus absorbing the latent heat from the surrounding of the evaporator, making it cool, and then sent to the process side of the compressor itself. Now, what we are having here, next we have to go to, we know there are two types of pressure is there. It is all the refrigeration cycles are working between high pressure side and low pressure side. And high pressure side includes the discharge line starting from the outlet of the compressor to the inlet of the expansion valve, and low pressure side contents are there started from the exit of the expansion valve and up to the entrance of the compressor. And there are two high pressure, high temperature, low temperature lines. High temperature line starting is the from the compressor to expander, and expander to compressor is the low temperature line. So everywhere, all refrigerant system will accept this particular terms, high pressure and low pressure, and high temperature, low temperature, and we will use this conception to get the COP of all our refrigerating system. What is COP?
Sir, one question. Sir, high pressure means at how much pressure should be? How much pressure we will consider high pressure or low pressure?
High pressure?
सर हाई प्रेशर तो कितना को हाई प्रेशर बोलेंगे, कितना लेवल से ऊपर जाएगा तो हाई प्रेशर बोलेंगे?
दाड़ा 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 एतो लाफास ना एगो तो देतो
सर I mean exact at what
एगो तो दे
level
আমাকে
we
हाई
will
प्रेशर बोले
consider
দেবো
pressure will be high?
এখন বললে বুঝবি না, আরো স্টেপ কনসেপশন গুলো এগো, শুধু শুনে রাখো হাই প্রেশার এন্ড টেম্পারেচার দুটো রিজিয়ন আছে, দ্যাটস অল আপ টু দিস মোমেন্ট। এই তারপর আরো এগো আগে, ওটা অত সোজা প্রশ্ন নয়।
सर आप क्या बोल रहे, नहीं समझ में आ रहा है सर। हाई प्रेशर कहने का मतलब कि 50 बार 20 बार ऐसे मैं पूछ रहा हूँ।
প্রথম কথা, which item is making the pressure high? Compressor, ठीक है?
Yes.
So ठीक है तो after the compressor the pressure remains high. And what will be the maximum, what will be the compressor, what will be the highest high pressure and what will be the low pressure depends entirely on your requirement. What will be the high temperature, what will be local temperature, it will depend on the requirement itself. And it is decided by the concerned designer that I will run this refrigeration system. And let us go through this point by point and we'll find what is the exact value of the high pressure. There is no exact value. There is no exact
Okay.
value for the low pressure, but you have to make it as per your design. Okay. Just you have to
Yes, sir.
understand up to this moment, what is the high pressure side, starting from compressor and up to the entrance of expander. From this is the high pressure line. Full line is, you see, high pressure gauge. This is full line here at high pressure, and it is reduced here. Here it is expanded and pressure became low. From the outlet of the expander, up to the inlet of the compressor, it is low pressure side. Same is the case with low temperature side or high temperature side. And where this refrigerant is vaporized and where it is in liquid form. That we have to understand clearly at this moment to understand next problem. From the evaporator, it's from the exit of the evaporator, it is vaporized. In the compressor, it is vaporized state. Up to the entrance of the condenser, it is vaporized state. Okay? And on the exit of the condenser, it is in liquid state. From the exit of entrance of the expansion, it is in liquid expansion valve, it is liquid state, and exit of the expansion, it is also liquid state. So at the entrance of the evaporator is liquid state. So what is I'm writing down liquid state. Okay, enters at
Yes,
here
sir.
at the exit vapor state. Okay, and here it is also vapor state. No, sorry, it is the vapor state up here at the exit of vapor state. Okay, from the exit it becomes actually after the exit from here, it is liquid state. And here it is vapor state. Okay, and this is not the vapor state itself. So first understand this thing. Where is the high pressure line? Where is the low pressure area? Where is the vapor state? Where is the liquid state? And where is the high temperature and what is the low temperature itself? Because this is essential to make all the necessary calculations, and all the necessary calculations are required. You are supposed to understand to make the particular design or particular design of the refrigerator or AC air conditioning system itself. So you have to decide as per your requirement what will be the maximum pressure, what will be the minimum pressure. That I will come after a few minutes of the classes. Now, this thing is clear to you. Next, let us go to this one, pressure enthalpy chart. Now, you know that is pH chart here. pH chart is pressure enthalpy. And there will be TS chart. TS chart. Temperature, entropy. First, before going to the other details, let us understand what is exactly the enthalpy, what is exactly the entropy, and why we are supposed to bothering ourselves for such a complicated analysis of this system. The one and only reason is content of heat flow cannot be measured. What is the content of heat flow in a bath? What is the content of heat flow inside the chamber? You can never measure it. You can measure only that temperature. What is the content of heat change? If the content of heat is changed, you cannot measure it because the heat is of two types: sensible plus latent. Sensible heat you can measure because sensible as it is sensible, it can measure the difference in temperature. But latent heat you cannot measure because latent heat is absorbed or extracted at the time of phase change from liquid to gas or gas to liquid, etc. But there is no appreciable rise or fall in temperature. So how you know what is the amount of heat? Heat you are releasing or what is enthalpy? What is entropy? We have heat. We are using heat and converting it into work to be done. Unless you know the heat, what is the content of heat, or amount of heat, you cannot do, we cannot calculate, measure, or calculate work done. What we are supposed to do, the efficiency of the system of refrigerating system, which is nothing but COP of the system, coefficient of performance. Of refrigerating system. ঠিক আছে? Why it is necessary to know the refrigeration efficiency? First, you have to know how much load you are work or how much load work you are doing to get how much amount of cooling effect in the refrigerating system. So how long and how long you'll run a motor to run the compressor, and what will be the capacity of the motor will give you the exact amount of heat amount of energy you are putting in, and what is the amount of what is the fall in temperature, what is the fall in temperature, and how long you are keeping your refrigerating system like on this low pressure. It is supposed to be given by this COP. Unless it is properly efficient, it is useless to run the system itself. Now, question is here: heat energy cannot be measured. It has two contents: sensible plus latent heat. Sensible heat you can measure, but latent heat you cannot measure. But the amount of latent heat is measured, released, absorbed, is absolutely essential to know the refrigerating effect. So how will I do it? How do you know this latent heat? And so we have to use this term enthalpy and use this term entropy. Entropy is, you can remember, I hope, del Q by T. Enthalpy is the heat content.
MCP delta T.
Enthalpy
MCP delta T. MCP delta T.
ठीक बुझलाम ना, समझा नहीं?
सर फार्मूला एंथैल्पी का फार्मूला MCP delta T. CP
না ঠিক আছে, ছেড়ে দাও,
constant pressure.
ওটা এখন দরকার। What is the
Okay,
requirement? I am trying to understand for you what is the requirement. Entropy is given by this one. And enthalpy is heat content or heat and amount. Both these is you cannot measure. Entropy cannot measure and enthalpy cannot measure. But both thing is to be, you have to calculate. Enthalpy, entropy, you have to calculate. What is the application? Enthalpy, what is the heat content of heat at different parts of the cycle? At different part of the cycle. Entropy, heat transfer. At different part of cycle. Both these things, this entropy actually measures the latent heat. It cannot be measured. You have to calculate the entropy. Enthalpy is measured mostly the sensible heat change. Always it is not possible for this type of closed cycle, cyclic, the circuit. Everywhere the temperature may not be possible to know. Although the temperature thermometer is there to know the temperature, but you can also calculate this heat. You can measure, you can calculate. Just a second. In our representation lab lectures, I have told you how to measure the lead. Next time I will make it more clear. Now this subject is clear to you. So now we have to know the enthalpy and entropy as per our requirement. We have to know the pressure, high and low. So temperature, high and low, volume, etc. This is all important items which is required by us. Let us go through one particular cycle. Now, a typical chart, pH chart, or you can say it is nothing but pressure enthalpy chart, that is pH chart itself. pH diagram of a vapor is shown. Typical pH diagram they are saying. It is typical chart. This thing, in which a few important lines of complete chart is shown. This chart is actually much big. This is nothing but a psychometric chart. It has much more complications involved in it. It is not this simple. At the time of doing
मैं आपको पैसा नहीं दिया ना?
हाँ
देखिए
कुछ बोल दी? अच्छा, this chart is extremely critical and difficult to understand. I will explain it at the time of our psychometric chapter. But let us do up to our present requirement. It's a typical chart. As the important charts are governed, saturated liquid and saturated vapor line. This is the two important lines. We have to understand what is what, and which is merging into one another at critical point. So what is saturated liquid? This is the saturated liquid line, left side of the chart, and saturated vapor line, right side of the chart. This is the critical point where these two lines are made. Now, what is the saturated liquid? And is one, liquid is one, in which has a temperature equal to the saturation temperature corresponding to this pressure. It has a temperature equal to the saturated pressure corresponding to the pressure. What is that? What do you mean by that? Saturated liquid saturated vapor. What is saturated liquid? We have told that it has a temperature equal to the saturation temperature corresponding to the pressure. It has a temperature, this saturated, it has a temperature, this saturated liquid temperature equal to saturation temperature. As per the pressure it is applicable to it. Same is the case with saturated vapor also. Now, what is saturated, what is unsaturated, what is supersaturated? What is first saturated? Say, as rare as three items like solvent, solute. Say a glass of water. You are pouring either sugar or salt into it, and you are mixing it, and that is going to melt in the water and going to be mixed in it. You'll soon find after a certain amount, after applying a certain amount, this sugar and pressure, sugar or salt is not being dissolved in the solvent. It is just poured in the bottom. This means you have reached the maximum amount of saturation this amount of liquid water can carry under the atmospheric pressure, say the surrounding is atmospheric pressure, to make the total solution to make this solute. So every solution, every solvent has a capacity as per this temperature, as per its pressure, to dissolve a particular type of, say, solid matter itself. So if the pressure is increased, temperature is increased, then it will find that the more amount of salts are being dissolved in it. And if you can reduce our temperature pressure, it will reduce also less amount of solvent is reduced. Less amount of solute can be dissolved into the solvent itself. Here, we are not interested in salt or sugar solution. We are interested in the solution of refrigerants in liquid and in gaseous form. A liquid refrigerant can absorb a maximum amount of gaseous refrigerant, but after that, the remaining refrigerant will remains in the gaseous form because it cannot be totally, it cannot absorb anything more. That too, up to a certain limit of temperature and pressure, everything will change according to it. So saturated liquid means refrigerant contains what? Liquid plus gaseous refrigerant, which is saturated here. Now let us go back to that thing. What is showing here? Saturated liquid line. Here, it is a liquid refrigerant is saturated with vapor refrigerant. Refrigerant. Or you can say there is no no vapor refrigerant is there. It has to happen. There is no vapor refrigerant there. Full refrigerants, full liquid refrigerant is fully separated with vapor, and no more vapor refrigerant is there. And here, saturated vapor line, it is totally saturated. It is in vapor form. Refrigerant is in vapor form, vapor state. And there is no liquid refrigerant here. Totally confronted in vapor refrigerant. So here, over this line, there is no liquid vapor refrigerant, and over this line, where there is no liquid refrigerant is there. There is no vapor, there is no liquid. So this is called saturated liquid line, and this is called saturated vapor line. And the places here, it is called subcooled liquid region. This whole portion is liquid, but it is more comparatively more cool. And here superheated area is superheated vapor region. It is more heated. It is at the its temperature is higher than the boiling point of this refrigerant, and that stays here, which is called superheated vapor refrigerant region. So we have got liquid line, vapor line, and liquid line will reach and each other as vapor line. It is equal to at this peak of the point, which is called critical point. It has the critical or maximum pressure, and there is no transition state here. From here, there is a transition state wet vapor line. It is partly vapor, partly liquid. Okay. It is only liquid, partly vapor and liquid. It is totally vapor but supersaturated. Here, there is no partly vapor and liquid. Here, total liquid at this temperature and pressure can be totally converted to the vapor, totally converted to saturated vapor line. Here, a liquid line, when it reached, it completely transferred. It will within a moment completely transferred into the saturated vapor, provided we have to keep the pressure in this critical pressure itself. And that's why this point is defined as the critical point. Now there are other lines here. You see this line. This is the constant volume line. Different volume can be put it as per this here. The volumes can be measured. They also can be given in the chart. As per this particular volume, what is the saturated vapor or line, etc. You can do. I'll do it in psychrometric chart. Constant pressure is a solid line. This is the constant temperature. This is solid lines like this. This is a different constant temperature shown here. Constant entropy. This is the section line like this. Here the entropy means the amount of heat remains constant here. Okay, over this particular lines. Let us go further because this lines at this moment is not our subject point of view. Now, let us discuss the type of better compression refrigeration cycle. First, we have to know what is cycle. What is cycle? What is cycle? Cycle of operation. It is applicable to continuous process. where a sequence of operation is always maintained. Sequence of operation is always maintained. Hence, say operation 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And say there is 4 operations, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 4 to 1. So here it will start from 1, go to 2, 3, 4, and then again. So cycle is repeating itself. Again and again. And cycle a start point here, and it will a finish point here. And then from the finish point, will start point again from the go to the start point. It will not finish at 2 at the second point, or go to the first point, nor it is to finish at 3 or go to 1 like this. Always you have to make this sequence of operation. Sequence of operation. So refrigeration is always decided. All refrigeration cycle is always a cycle of operation. But you see, for a lathe machine instead, lathe machine operation, lathe operation, it is not continuous. The same process is not repeating. First you are starting and finish. Again we are starting, but in a separate time on separate with separate items or separate machines. But here we are always circulating the refrigerant, the same refrigerant throughout the cycle. Here generally we have started the operation, the compression here. So 1 to 2 is the compression process. Compression 2 to 2, 2 to 3 condenser compression 3 to 4 expansion 4 to 1 again evaporation. From here goes back to compression again. Again start 1 to 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 1 like this. Now let us discuss the compression process, extension process, etc. Now the compression process. The vapor refrigerator at low pressure and temperature. First of all, at pressure, low temperature T1, at low temperature T1 is then compressed isentropically. Means there is no change in entropy. What is the meaning of no change in entropy? No heat transfer. But no heat transfer doesn't mean no work. Work can be done over it. It actually work is being applied in the compression system to make the pressure and temperature high of the refrigerant itself by absorbing that work. So pressure and temperature rises from P1 to P2 and T1 to T2. I will write very soon this thing. The work done in the isentropic process will given by H2, enthalpy at 2 at the outlet of the compressor, enthalpy at the inlet of the compressor. Means the heat content at heat energy at outlet minus heat energy at inlet. Okay. So this is the This difference will give you the work we have applied for that, which is shown here. This is H1, the start of compression process. This is H2. This is the temperature interval chart, that is TS chart. TS chart. It is what is given as at the temperature 1, at the temperature 1 or at the temperature T1, it is being entered in the compressor and it is leaving the compressor at the temperature 2, T2. So this is the low temperature level of your system T1, which is equal to T4, and this is the high temperature system, which is equal to T2 or equal to T3. So it is starting from compressor 1 and reaching from the point 2 at the compressor level, at the compressor. What is visible here at the point 2? Point 2 is on saturated vapor line. Okay. This is the saturated vapor line, this one. So this point 2 lies over it. So after the compression, this heat is totally saturated. Its refrigerant is totally saturated and converted into gaseous state. And but what is the point 1? It is in point 1. Point 1 is in wet vapor state. What I have shown you here. This is given as wet vapor region. So point 1 is at wet vapor region. ठीक है, wet vapor region मतलब क्या है? It is partly in liquid state, partly in the vapor state. It is not saturated. So there is a fraction of vapor or a fraction of remainder portion vapor in the mixture, and the remainder portion is the liquid portion. Maybe liquid at the outlet of evaporator, the fraction of liquid portion is extremely small, but still it may happen that it is not totally converted into the vapor itself. With that liquid vapor state, it enters into compression, and due to the application of work or in heat in terms of work, is totally saturated and converted into the vapor state at the exit of the compressor itself. Next, condensing phase. This is the condensing phase from 3 to 2. Oh, another thing, it is then pressure enthalpy diagram. This is TS, this is pH diagram. What is showing? This pressure is rising from the low pressure P1, which is equal to P2, to the high pressure P2 is equal to P3. So change in temperature from low to high is shown in this TS diagram. Change in pressure from low to high is shown in TS diagram, TH diagram itself. And so here what you see, this line 1 to 2 is the compressor line. Here enthalpy, here is also we are in the liquid state. Here is also we are in the gaseous state, and 2 at the time at the point 2. At the point 2, it is just the saturated level like vapor line. At point 1, it is in wet vapor line itself. Here, enthalpy is being raised H1 to H2. Means more heat is more energy is applied in terms of work here. And here is shown there is no heat transfer takes place from 1 to 2, and entropy remains same. And here, next, let us go to the condensing process. This condensing process. Here it is at high pressure and it's as well as high temperature. High pressure is equal to P2, is the highest pressure of the system, and high temperature is equal to P2.